In Morty, we find out that Rick has created a bulletproof routine to escape his own genius. But when his vacation lifestyle becomes too perfect, it starts to aggressively work against him. You are watching Screen Explain TV. The episode is titled Rick Days 7 Nights, 6 Days, 7 Nights. But instead of a standard survival story, this functions like a massive crossover with The Office, because Rick's entire alien bowling crew is voiced by actors from that exact show. The core plot draws heavily from the classic Star Trek The Next Generation episode. That iconic storyline, Captain Picard lives out a whole lifetime on an alien world inside his mind, only to wake up back in reality holding nothing but a flute. In this version, Rick takes a 2-week period every year to visit a primitive planet, completely wiping at a temporary break from being a literal god. However, things drastically split from the Star Trek template. Instead of naturally waking up and accepting reality, circumstances cause Rick to partially remember his true identity without fully understanding it. Because this fake life feels, he decides to fight his own family to stay inside it forever. The cold open introduces us to this vacation Rick, who goes by the normal name of Ted. He drives a basic RV on a planet called Beloy 6E, which features early 1990s level technology, and his way to a bowling alley called Dream Lanes. Ted swerves to avoid hitting a deer and uses basic MacGyver skills to fix a flat tire. That deer represents the pure innocence of this separate life, which pays off tragically at the end of the episode when the same deer runs away, acting as a metaphor for his perfect lifestyle completely vanishing. What makes Ted interesting is that he actively cares about animal life. Later in the episode, as his real memories slowly begin to spark, he starts indiscriminately vaporizing creatures on other planets. This direct contrast shows that Ted is fundamentally a much better person than the regular, cynical Rick Sanchez. When Ted gets to the bowling alley, the townspeople treat him like an old regular. This is where we get the wave of celebrity cameos from The Office. The bowling lineup includes Ed Helms, Paul Lieberstein, Toby, Oscar Nunez, Rob Riggle, and Amy Ryan, who plays Marjorie, the local woman Rick has fallen in love with over successive visits. While grabbing a drink at a local shop, Ted's friend Oscar mentions his wife Louisa, prompting Ted to drop a heavy line. Everyone is running from something. This is massive foreshadowing for the entire premise of the episode. When Ted accidentally triggers his body's high-tech internal weapons while trying to playfully rob the store, he uncovers the first hologram of his true self. The hologram explains the entire situation. Real Rick left behind pages of pre-recorded dialogue anticipating that his vacation self might refuse to return home. He presents Ted with a red button to return to reality in the Wonderland, a direct nod to the Matrix. As more holograms pop up throughout the episode, we see Rick getting progressively drunker in the recordings, meaning he filmed all these contingency messages back to back while downing a bottle of alcohol in his garage. Ted chooses to ignore the warning signs. He attempts to stay on the planet permanently and goes ice fishing with his friends. This forces Morty to contact him using a hidden biological leg phone that Rick has apparently kept inside his body since before season 1. Morty treats this specific device like the most precious tech in the universe, genuinely terrified of losing it. When Ted refuses to listen, Morty activates the secondary backup plan, deploying massive egg ships and egg drones that look exactly like Dr. Robotnik from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Rick's bowling friends immediately step up to defend him. A friend named Bowser, a clear King Koopa reference, helps build homemade defenses inside the bowling alley. They manage to destroy the drones, but Marjorie tragically sacrifices her life, dying directly in Ted's arms. Driven by grief, Ted uses his subconscious intelligence to turn the 90s country music RV into a functional spaceship, creating a massive visual reference to the movie Spaceballs. Inside the cockpit, he hangs Marjorie's star necklace as a memorial. They blast through a light-speed sequence that mirrors 2001: A Space Odyssey and crash straight into the Smith family garage. Because the garage is completely sentient and speaks with the uploaded voice of Rick's deceased wife, it immediately tries to forcibly inject his original memories. A chaotic battle breaks out between the family and the automated defense systems. The hijinks are so common for the family that Beth is completely bored while being held hostage, making a casual reference to the movie Deliverance. Summer immediately overrides the system using the code Charlie 7 Alpha. This confirms that this exact scenario has happened multiple times before, forcing Summer to memorize emergency garage codes. Jerry drops a Spring Breakers reference, and Summer mentions a pool bit, setting up the theme for next week's episode. Ted finally hits the red button, and Rick's real memories rushed. Rick takes his entire box of vacation mementos and drops them into an alien trash compactor, completely destroying his final photo of Marjorie. However, the post-credit scene reveals that Rick is totally trapped in this cycle. After a short time jump, we see him on a completely different aquatic planet under the name Solpok. He has genetically gills and has fully married a fish-like alien. Summer and Morty immediately arrive via an egg drone to drag him home again. Summer looks completely exhausted, casually breaking the bad news to the locals that their new friend is a liar before flying away. How many different secret vacation lives do you think Rick has set up across the universe? And will the family ever get tired of dragging him back? Subscribe to Screen Explain TV for more.